hand will be opposite one. What you aim for? Jonathan set the young up, go and burn it as by a child. You fall from someone's up, fall from the other.
Oh.
Station 9. Hi everyone, it's the Natural here, and I am back again with another video on the channel. I am back once again with another TMIR This Month In review. This show that is every single breaking story, every single funny story, every single wholesome story, every single thing that happens in a month throughout the year goes into this show. So without further ado, what has happened in the third month of the year, that is March of 23. Gary Lineker nearly got cancelled because of a tweet.
How many times do we have to teach you this lesson, old man?
I love the young people.
How this all came about is, well, the United Kingdom's government thought it would be a fantastic idea to bring a new policy for migrants coming from one part of the country, swimming into England and the United Kingdom, really. I'm not going to get into the whole details of it because I'm not that type of YouTuber. I'm not a political YouTuber. If you want to know if you want to go in for details of it, and to know the whole situation of it, then I request go and watch other videos or watch somebody else or find information yourself, because I'm not getting involved in it because it's too fucking controversy and it's too fucking personal. What did Gary Lineker say or tweet that got the BBC and the United Kingdom so absolutely angry, really? Pretty much, he did a tweet saying that this new policy rule that they brought in, the United Kingdom's government, is the equivalent of Germany from the 1930s, which, you know, I would say that it is sort of punching on the nose, really, of, I could see why people are offended, and then I can also see people why it's one of them, you know, dark humor sort of jokes, really, you see on a subreddit or something. But the BBC obviously were in a tricky situation. They were like, well, we're owned by the government. The government, you know, owns the BBC, and, you know, the Conservative Party have people who run the BBC, and they were left in a situation of thinking, you know what, we need to sort this out. And they came up with the ridiculous one, which was suspend him until they figure what the hell they're going to do, really. Started a whole massive, huge uproar. Presenters and pundits and people from radio just in solidarity with Gary Lineker saying, we're not going to do your show. We're not going to do Match of the Day 2, and other football, you know, content that's on the BBC. And they were like, we're not going to do it. We're protesting. We're going to boycott this until Gary Lineker gets reinstated back in presenting Match of the Day and presenting football on the BBC. But then obviously, you know, after, I think it was Monday or maybe Tuesday of last week, they came out and said, yeah, we're going to reinstate Gary Lineker, we apologise, etc, 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 and Gary Lineker will go back to presenting Match of the Day, presenting football on the BBC, and yeah, they made a massive, huge mistake, and hold their hands up and say, yeah, we fucked up, really. Like I said about, you know, the fact that Gary Lineker was literally getting cancelled for literally tweeting something, like, I would say this, right, and it's to do with obviously free speech. I like the fact that people sit there and say, well, you know, Gary Lineker was wrong for tweeting what he tweeted. I can, you know, he isn't really, because it's Twitter, and Twitter is all about free speech. I mean, people say absolute nonsense on freaking social media, especially on this absolutely toxic social media platform that is Twitter. People come up with some ridiculous, insane, mental tweets, I mean, if you just go on Twitter now, and you probably see a bunch of racist and a bunch of absolutely horrifying tweets on there, which Twitter don't care about, and Elon Musk never fucking does. He sits there and tries, we're going to make Twitter great again. Well, have you? No, you've made it a dumpster fire of a mess.
This is fine. I'm okay with the events that are unfolding currently.
The fact that Gary Lineker was getting cancelled for this tweet. Let me put this into perspective, right? If I did this tweet, if I was the one that tweeted this, this won't even be newsworthy. This wouldn't even be talked about. It would be just, oh whatever, some irrelevant dude having something to say really. Which I wouldn't say that anyway, because the only time I would ever tweet anything to do with the government, I would meme them, because that's the only way really. I just find some humor way to meme those absolute clowns who just run the country in the UK. It's an absolute fucking disaster really. I just find humor way of doing it. I wouldn't be going what Gary Lineker did really. But because Gary Lineker is a public figure and I'm just some punk, straight age, irrelevant YouTuber that does this for a living really. You know, sort of thing. And the fact that Gary Lineker has got over 8 million followers on Twitter, he's a massive public figure. I find it absolutely laughable the fact that this is the biggest story, and yet not the biggest story is the fact that the government came out with this new ridiculous policy for migrants. That should be the biggest story, and yet this is some ex-footballer turned presenter getting cancelled for a tweet. You know what I mean? It's just. So yeah, that pretty much is the Gary Lineker controversy. It is absolutely ridiculous, and pretty much the only people that should be cancelled is the Conservative Party and the governments in the United Kingdom, because they are a bunch of absolute idiots.
That's why you need a big sausage. Why? Because they're big, they're fat, and they're chunky, and they're juicy.
Nice, long strokes.
Everybody wants a yoga girl, right, Jason?
That's right.
And I know you want me to toss your salad too, don't you?
All right, on that note.
It's going to smell of France when that goes in.
Work that into your meat. Give your meat a good old rub. That's it. Nice and hot. Hot and spicy meat. Yeah, boy.
Oh, gosh. Look at that.
To begin with, we just open up the breast, open that breast up. Just massage a little bit of oil into the breast and just play.
Now, this is an English cucumber, and what's great about using these is that it's a great size. Look at that size. And I want to get this into my butt.
You want to taste the bird.
Sausage in the hole.
Does toe defend you?
No, but sausage in the hole sounds fantastic. You go home and the wife says, what do you... I want the sausage in the hole. That rock and roll. Let's do that.
Should we save him now, or should we just let him dig the hole even deeper?
YouTube have finally done something positive on their platform, and I'm shocked about it.
Usage of stronger profanity, like the F word in the first 7 seconds, or repeatedly throughout the majority of the video, can now run limited ads.
For so long now, since I've done this show, I've done this for 5 years now, I have never said anything good about YouTube. There's always something ridiculous they do. Like literally last year or the year after, they single-handedly removed the dislike button, they changed their guidelines, they changed certain things that make no sense, and you sit here scratching your head and you're like, why do you do this?
Just why?
But now, I'm sat here thinking, wow, they actually did something great for once. And it is changing their profanity rules, their profanity guidelines really, which was way back at the early this year, which they single-handedly said, well, you know, if you swear in your first 7 seconds or 8 seconds, you get demonetized. Now, they've relaxed that rule, which is if you swear in your first 7 or 8 seconds of the video, which sometimes I do, you only get limited ads, which is better than a whole video being demonetized. There's other certain things they also did which is more in depth, but the main thing is the profanity rule change that was there is scrap, it's gone, it can go under the carpet. We never have to look at that damn rule again. And the best thing about this is they actually made a video explaining it in detail, which is what I've been asking for since I've been doing YouTube. I've been doing this for so long. I've been doing this since 2010. I've had multiple channels. I mean, I've had this channel since 2013, and I've been doing this show since 2019. And finally, they've actually done some communication, some actual interaction. It's absolutely madness. We're into 2023, and it's took them this long to literally just explain it in depth and in detail. You know, it's actually madness, to say the least. You know, YouTube went through a massive change recently. Susan Wojcicki's no longer owner, the CEO of YouTube. They bought somebody else in who's a massive fan of NFTs. Don't ask me what an NFT is. I don't care. I don't know. I'm only now recently knowing what cryptocurrency is. I don't even want to get involved in the whole NFT debacle. I don't even want to go there.
Want to join us?
Room for one more.
Like I said, YouTube did a good job with this, with obviously this profanity rule change. It doesn't change the fact that other things need to be changed on their site. I wouldn't say change, just go back to what it was, sort of thing. And that is the dislike button and the copyright infringement rule. Now, there are two rules that I think need to be changed now. There's other changes, like I said, with, you know, tags and stuff like that. That's a whole other debacle for another day. But it stands right now, the dislike button needs to come back. Or you could do this, YouTube. You could bring back the dislike button, but you have given content creators, you give the creators the opportunity for having it on their channels, having it on their videos. Go in the Creator Studio and just tick the box where it says, do you want dislikes on your videos? Tick this for yes, tick X for no. Just do that. I would rather have that than what we have now. Because at the minute, there's no dislikes. Unless you install a Chrome extension. That's the only way you're ever going to see dislikes on YouTube videos, which I find bonkers, to say the least. And the copyright infringement rule also needs to be changed, because I have had videos blocked recently, especially one of my TMIR videos which I did in December, which was a good in-depth video which I talked about the World Cup. FIFA blocked it because I used 10 seconds of Lionel Messi in the World Cup for Argentina. Like, stuff like that needs to be changed as well. You did great, but you're still a long way to go in terms of trying to make YouTube great again. There is a new kissing device made by a bunch of students in China, and it is called Remote Kiss.
This device, okay, made by a Chinese tech firm, it's meant to simulate giving your partner a kiss.
Any questions? What does this monstrosity cost? Jerry, what's the sticker price? $82,000! This monstrosity cost $82,000! What have I done? I mean, the zoo was fun, but I'm ruined!
There are some times in life you ask yourself, did this happen, and why in the love of God would you literally make it anyway? There is a university in China with a bunch of college students who literally think, what can we build? What can we make that makes kissing better? What can we help for the long distance relationship couples who literally, you know, can't see their partner because they live in one side of the world to the other? I got a great idea. This monstrosity. And also, what complete donut would actually buy this kissing device? I understand why feminists now want to cancel men now. How social media helped rescue a couple who were snowed in for 18 days.
A couple spent 18 days trapped in their snow-covered home, and a neighbor they didn't know came to their rescue. For over 2 weeks, snow trapped Mark and Cynthia Rutledge inside their Crestline, California home. Powerful winter storms have hit the town in the San Bernardino Mountains back-to-back, leaving many residents in the area stranded. It was an observant neighbor who realized that the Rutledge's shed had collapsed under the weight of the snow.
This street was just forgotten, and it was pretty much forgotten until our friend, our new best friend up here on the mountain, Julie, started putting things into the social media. And social media, the word spread.
That was just from the community coming together and saying, hey, they need help, they're here.
Rescue crews and plows are now making their way through this snowy neighborhood, giving residents the help they need.
Thank you.
At times, social media can be used for good. So everyone, that's the end of another video on the channel and the end of another TMIR This Month In review. If you think that this monstrosity of a device that is Remote Kiss is absolutely the most stupid, ridiculous, and probably complete madness of a device you've ever seen, then just lean back and finally I get to say this. Just lean back and headbutt that motherfucking like button. Oh man, it's been so long since saying those words. Oh, it felt so good. I'm going to say it one more time. Just lean back and headbutt that motherfucking like button. You can also follow me on my social media platforms. The link is just down there in the description. I hope you all have an amazing day there. Stay safe and healthy too. Please like, subscribe. The Natural is out.